Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel if you're new here. My name is Abby and today I am unpacking my plants post moving. So if you're new here, we've just moved from our apartment in the city centre to our cottage renovation, and the reason being is because we just need to, we need to do it. And there's nothing worse, well there is, I'm sure there's a lot of things worse, but it's been really difficult being between two houses, and part-time renovating rather than full-time renovating if you live here is a lot slower. So we moved over the weekend, and yesterday we brought over the plants, so I think I've got about 100. I did the last time I checked, but I sold a lot of plants before moving that I wasn't really highly keen on anymore, or I had duplicates of, because I didn't want to bring unnecessary amounts with me. I believe the move went okay. I haven't found any damages just yet, so fingers crossed that went well. And I did upload that video last week, so you would have already seen that already. But today I'm just styling the plants and putting them on the shelves behind me. So I've got this for plants here, and I also have the same shelf in our bedroom which I'll be using as well. So my vision for this is to, I'll insert a picture, but my flat had a corner shelf which my husband made, and it was a lot of Scindapsus, a lot of pothos, trailing plants, and I really like the look of that. So I kind of want to mirror that here. And just to give you a bit of a lowdown, I forget if it's north or south, but the best lighting, north facing, south facing, I'm not sure which one it is, I'll put it on the screen. We have the best lighting, so our house all faces the way you dream of a house facing. So all of the windows are on like one side essentially, apart from a couple on the back. So from morning when the sun rises to evening, the sun is in the house, which is honestly amazing. And the windows are huge. I think they're like 9-10 foot windows in most cases, so they're really big, like really big, quite sometimes too big. So we are going to be working with using and utilising this wall, just because this is where the sun will hit it the most. So I'm just going to get started now. So as you'll see, I've got loads of plants, small and medium plants in here. I've got the same in a box next to me here, and there's a box under this box with more in. But I want to be getting here because this is where I want the most of the trailing plants to be. I believe we've got really deep windowsills as well in all of our rooms except our bedroom, which is one of the old original timber frames. So that's got a smaller window, and I believe it was built differently because it is like a 135-year-old extension, so the style is different. So I can utilise the window, but I'm just conscious that it's probably a bit too cold for that at the moment. So yeah, I'm thinking trailing all down here, and we'll start from there. So I am conscious a lot of these need a water, and the reason they look like this is because I don't tend to water before I post plants, or like if I was to move plants, because then they're just heavier and you never know if they're still wet. It just creates a bit of a puddle in the box. So all of these will need a water once they're in situ. So my idea was to have all of the trailing plants here, but I know that when I come to do the bedroom, not having any trailing plants and having just the plants that you can appreciate from upright might not be, I might not like that as much. I really do like having a combination. Like I know the plants on that shelf in my kitchen in the flat were all trailing, and it was so heavily about them being like trailing down. I loved it, but I think I might disperse them, so I'm sharing the amount. So I've got a Dischidia, which is a big trailing plant. I've got a really large trailing Enjoy, and then there's a box underneath this one that I can't remember what was in it. I think they're more large plants. I've got a trailing Hoya, and that's it for the trailing plants. I think everything else is not. But if you can see up here, there's quite a few up there already, which I might take down. I'll just take 1 or 2 off, because I've got a massive, it's not so big like it used to be, but I've got a really big pothos. There's one here that looks a bit sad because again it needs a water, but yeah, I might take one of them off from up here, and I think it might be the Brazil. I'm gonna go for the Brazil. I like the neon. I like the vibe of the neon there. But this is probably going to take me ages to move around, change my mind, you know, do all that. So I'm going to keep, in this box in front of me down here, I'm going to keep the plants that I think will go together in the bedroom. So that's the plan at the moment. I also need to point out that here I'm going to have either my sunset picture or my sunset painting. It's an oil painting, so it needs to not be in storage, it needs to be looked after. And then we've got a massive, it's just a print, but it's like from, I think we got it for our wedding, like as in like I had a voucher from my previous work and we had selected that one for our wedding. And it's like of sheep over like clouds, and it's like really whimsical and beautiful. So there's going to be a really big piece of artwork here. So anything height-wise I need to take that into account as well. So I have a bunch of plants that I've kept to the side that I think I'm going to take into the bedroom now. The space kind of feels a little bit compact, but there is still stuff where it shouldn't be. So I think, you know, when you've got an organized mess, you know, like organized plants, and it's just like it takes up the entire counter. That's the look I'm going for, and I'm kind of achieving it really quickly. So yeah, I think I'm going to take you into our bedroom now. I think if I want to use the cabinets, like the chest of drawers tops, I need to move the artwork, and also the massive monsteras that are there, but I don't know where I'm going to put them just yet. So we're doing this, as you can tell, we're doing this as I'm going along, but I'm enjoying it and not trying to let myself get too stressed about it, because if I don't like it, I can always change it. Okay, so these are the bedroom shelves that I was talking about. They appear to be wonky. That's because they are wonky. I think the chimney was actually built wonky. So the gap between the bottom of the shelf to the top is different, but it's an odd house. It's like the quirks of it. So yeah, this is what I'm working with. So before we were in our home office, so the window is here, and then the plants are literally opposite the window. Whereas here, the window is here, and the plant shelf is here. I've got my variegated monstera in the corner next to my husband's, so it's literally taking up the entire bedside table for him, but he's fine with that. He suggested it, and I think he kind of likes it. I've got I'll turn you around so you can see. I've put a Buffertophora tetrasperma in there because it's so big, and I want something to, I imagined the monsteras going there and like coming out so they weren't taking up walking space and stuff. But I think my husband's going to build me some shelves from the ceiling down so I can put some stuff there. But in the meantime, I think in order to have in order to have my large monstera there, I need more height because the leaves will just get damaged. And then on this side, if I can turn you around, I've got two monstera here. One of them, as which here, literally is like a 6 foot wide span. It's so awkwardly big. But I wanted plants there as well, so I don't know what I'm going to do with that. We're just not going to think about that just yet. But yeah, I'm going to start bringing in plants and putting them on this shelf. My soil, I use the Grow Tropical soil. I'm keeping it all downstairs in the cellar. Cellar is storage, although it's like, we haven't got ventilation in there yet. It gets a little damp, so it can hold things like this. But anything else that I would like, it wouldn't ruin that basically. But as cellars go, it's something obviously I need to be aware of what I'm putting down there to store. And then our front bedroom. So this place has got 3 bedrooms, and then it's got a half bedroom, which is like, they called it a bedroom, but I wouldn't say it is. So it's 3.5, but I think that houses our temporary kitchen, but it will eventually house our, I think like basically it's a corridor through to this room, so it's not a bedroom. But I think we're going to have like top to floor built-in storage or something. I say wardrobes, we don't really have that many clothes. But yeah, so that I can't use. That's the only room in the house that has the opposite window. So it's a window at the back, whereas everything else is front faced. So can't really have plants in there because it's actually, the window's like super small anyway, but it's dark. So yeah. So that's it for now. I'll show you what I've done. So I've got the trading plants up there, and then I've got some lower plants down here. I'm conscious that this is the bedroom where we need to use the shelves for storage purposes, so I don't want to overload it. And I'm going to leave it here because we have furniture to move around still. We've got artwork, like I said, to put on the walls, which will free up some desk space or chest of drawers space. So once that's done, I might have another little move around, but I usually find when you get new plants or you do have a move around, you don't ever do it straight away. You do it over a period of time. But I tend to keep people quite updated on my Plantstagram. So if you wanted to, you can follow me over on there, and then you'll probably see a sooner update. But for now, I think that's where I'm going to leave it. It's less chaotic than I thought, but there's still a lot of plants here. I'm still not sure what to do with this gigantic, wide monstera. I really love it, and I've had it for 1.5 years, and this new leaf here, this is its new leaf. It's split a little bit because I tried to help it out, and obviously we all know that never goes well. I feel obliged to keep it because I grew this, and I've been waiting 18 months for this, so I feel obliged to keep it, although the rest of it is just awkward. But yeah, I'm gonna leave it here for today. I hope you enjoyed this video, a bit different. I suspect my home office is going to be my YouTube sit down background because it's like quite aesthetically pleasing and nice, and I can actually sit down there. I've been struggling for places to sit and film for a few months because moving. But yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did, and don't forget to subscribe. And likewise, if you want to keep up to date with our cottage renovation, definitely more active on our Instagram, which I'll put down below. But eventually we will have a YouTube channel as well, which I'll also link down below. So I'll see you guys next week. Bye.